Hi, everyone. My name is Shay, and today we're going to talk about the perceptions of feminists and feminism in American culture, sort of thinking about the media and the public's thoughts in general. So, people don't like feminists. In doing research for this video, that's what I found. People do not like feminists very much. Here's one of the many anti-feminist videos that I found on YouTube that I think embodies pretty much how people think about feminism in general.
Dear feminists, what's that I hear? Oh, it's the sound of thousands of unshaved legs running to their keyboards to get real mad at me. You don't even know what I'm gonna say yet, femma-bitches. Issues are getting completely diluted by your I hate men because I can't get a date bullshit.
Wow. Yikes. Here's another one by a pretty famous anti-feminist.
Everybody agrees with that. That's not what modern intersectional third wave, as it's called, feminism is about, which seems to me, and I think to a lot of women too, primarily to be about man-hating. It is a very angry, bitter, profane, lesbianic sort of feminism.
Wow. And so I'm wondering, are these stereotypes accurate? Are these perceptions accurate? And what do self-identified feminists think of these? What does an everyday feminist look like? I interviewed some people that I know identify as feminists to see what their perspective is on this, and maybe hopefully to just enlighten us a little bit on what feminism actually is.
I think negative connotations to the word feminism and the idea of feminism stem from fear of change. I mean, there's the same stereotypes that you get with any group of people. There's the zealots that are in this sense stereotyped as, like we saw in that video, very gross and domineering and don't take care of themselves as a form of attack on other people. They hate men. They think that women should replace men. They talk about asexual reproduction and getting rid of men all completely. Those are the people that media talk about when they talk about feminists.
Well, I know you see it a lot, especially on social media and everything like that, how people who identify as feminists, people, mostly guys, see them as trying to attack them and belittle them, whereas it's the exact opposite. We're just trying to be equal.
I think for the most part, people who aren't feminists and who don't like the feminist movement think as feminists as man-haters, and that we just want to bring women up by tearing a man down. And I think that's harmful because so many of us want to just be seen as an equal, not as greater than or less than.
So maybe these stereotypes aren't accurate? So then what does it mean to identify as a feminist then?
I identify as a feminist in the way that I treat others or expect others to treat me and my peers, my friends.
I identify as a feminist because I believe that women are people too, and we have the same kind of brains that a man does, and we don't have to live in the shadows of a man.
Well, I look at it more so for equality. It's I don't think that I have more rights than you just because of my gender and sex.
Real life feminists who are actually, demanding change, demanding equal treatment and stuff, they aren't actually like that. They look like normal people, they act like normal people because they are normal people, and they want to be treated like normal people because that's what feminism is about, being treated equally and like normal people.
Because I know with everything with pay, wages, especially a whole lot in the work area, but people think that they're more so attacking them, trying to belittle them and lower their standards, but no, just trying to make it equal on the same level.
And it's not just a secular worldview. I'm also a Christian, and I think it's so important that the feminist movement is happening right here, right now, and it's happening within the churches. I go to a Christian Bible college. This is my third year, and I still have people tell me that what I say and the thoughts that I have aren't biblically based because I'm a woman.
I think it's important to note that a lot of the times these examples of bad feminists that we're seeing, they're not actually embodying feminist ideals at all. Normally they're lacking intersectionality, you know, they're man-hating, which is where the stereotype stems from about feminists. So I think before we can really make a judgment based on these people that are meant to represent feminism in like a public way or through the media, we really need to take a look at what the everyday feminist looks like. And from what I gather from these interviews, it's about equality for males and females of all different kinds of backgrounds.
With this, I become the deaf, the kins and fit. With this, I'm a